Well, it's official. Javier Hernandez, also known as Chicharito, is coming to MLS, and after years and years of rumor that he could potentially come to MLS, today is finally the day that that rumor has come true, and that this morning the Galaxy officially announced that he has joined the team, and they even have like a picture of him in an LA Galaxy kit, which, by the way, the kit that he's wearing, that could potentially be the next kit and the next home kit that the Galaxy might be wearing, because as you can see right here, this of course was the announcement, and how this is definitely different than the home kit that they wear last year. And it's kind of an interesting one too, because this is a white kit, and that whenever you see like white kit in MLS, it's usually an away kit for an MLS team, because pretty much more than half of the team in the league right now wear white as their kit for whenever they go on an away game. But it seemed like the Galaxy is kind of bucking that trend, and that it's kind of an interesting one. It also have that iconic little stripe one, which, or well, iconic little stripe that goes across the jersey. I'm not quite sure you guys can see it from this light, but it would be interesting to see what the review is gonna be. Obviously, I know a lot of people has been criticizing MLS in terms of the jersey, and criticizing Adidas in terms of them producing these jersey coming up in this season, but we shall see how the review is gonna be. But obviously the main topic I want to talk about today is Javier Hernandez, also known as Chicharito, and that when this announcement was made, there was definitely a lot of hype around this announcement, and that there was just so much hype around this announcement that I actually didn't get what the transfer fee and what the contract is going to be that the Galaxy will have to offer Chicharito. There's been a lot of rumors these last couple of days of not only he coming to MLS, but he could also be the most expensive player in MLS. And that's also one of the reasons why this has taken so long to get it done. Like last week, a lot of people thought that this deal was going to get it done, but the reason why it's taking to now for them to finally get this deal is they had some contract dispute, and that whether or not if the Galaxy are going to really break the bank and made him the most expensive player in MLS history. And I think in a couple of days they'll probably announce what his salary is going to be, or what his transfer fee is the Galaxy had to pay to Sevilla. I guess they probably didn't pay anything because he actually was released by Sevilla, so I guess he was like a free agent, which the Galaxy can just easily swap him and get him on a free. But the big question is what exactly his contract is going to be, and whether or not if he is going to be the most expensive player in MLS so far. The other thing that I will also kind of say is that this signing, obviously there's a lot of hypes around, but at the same time, I feel like the hypes around this signing is a little bit too much, and that, in other words, I feel like this signing is kind of a little bit overhyped, and most of this has to do with the MLS media, and that it feels like the media have really overhyped this signing, and that they even kind of did a ranking in terms of the top 10 best signing and the best player to ever come to this league, and they said that he is second in that ranking. Obviously, first is going to be David Beckham, and we can all agree the fact that David Beckham is going to be the best signing to come to MLS, because not only he was one of the best player doing that time when he comes to MLS, but he really pioneered this league and really gave this league some recognition around the world, and even created a rule called the designated player rule, which we don't know if that's going to be still a rule down the line, and whether or not if this new CBA is going to actually get rid of that rule. But he was a pioneer to this league, and that I think in 100 years from now on, if there is one player that will always come into MLS fans, and one player that will always be celebrated around the league, it's going to be David Beckham, of what he meant when he comes to this league. But to say that Javier Hernandez is second, and say Chicharito is just as an important signing to come to the league as David Beckham, Yeah, no, that is not going to be the case. In fact, I could argue the fact that he's not even the top 5 best signing to ever come to this league. I mean, I could really name guys like Zlatan, Kaká, Didier Drogba, and even Thierry Henry coming to this league is more important than actually Chicharito coming into this. Obviously, I think the reason why he's ranked so high is because, MLS is trying to please the Latino community. And, if you talk to any Mexican, you could say that he would say that probably is the best signing in MLS, and that this is a guy that is considered one, if not the greatest player to ever play for Mexico, and that a lot of Mexican fans worship him like a god in Mexico soccer. That's why this signing means so important to them, and that they can finally see their hero play regularly, either for their team if they support the Galaxy, or if they're just an MLS fan like me, and that they of course are able to see him in person. I mean, for me, I have already seen Chicharito play in person. I've seen him play a couple of times with the Mexican national team, so it's not a big deal. It's not like Zlatan where, the first time when I see him in person, I was kind of a little bit starstruck in a way that, I am seeing a guy that is one, if not the greatest player to play right now, and I can't believe I'm actually seeing him play in person. And I don't usually get starstruck in terms of seeing players play on the pitch, but that time I was kind of a little bit starstruck that has happened. And obviously, if I do see Chicharito play in the Cali Clasico, or whenever I see a team face the Galaxy, I won't be as starstruck, and I would just say that, well, it's great that he's coming to this league, but now the question is whether or not if he's going to produce, which I think that's also another thing that I want to talk about, of whether or not if he's going to produce. Listen, I don't think he's going to be a guy that's going to be like Zlatan, where he's going to just carry the team and score 30 plus goal, but I think he could be a little bit similar to Zlatan, where I heard he's kind of like a holding striker, or kind of a striker that's kind of like a poacher, where he needs like service to him so that he can of course put the ball into the back of the net. And it's going to be interesting to see that whether or not if this Galaxy team, which I think they have some good creative player on their team to able to give service to Chicharito to score those goals, but just to know that he is kind of a player that needs service to score goals, and that he's not one of those players that can literally just tick on the entire defense and score a wonderful goal like what Zlatan could do a couple of times when he come to this league. So yeah, I think he probably could score 10 to 15 goals there, but definitely I don't know if he's going to, like, you could argue maybe he could be in contention of Golden Boot, but I want to first see how he does. And that the other thing that I will also say is there's a lot of expectation that is going to be on his shoulder, and that if he does not do well in this league, and he does not met the expectation of scoring a bunch of goals with the Galaxy, there's going to be a lot of people criticizing this move, and that a lot of people say that this is going to be one of the biggest busts to ever come to MLS. But either way, hope you guys enjoy this video. If you do, make sure you guys leave a like, smash the subscribe button, and as always, let me know in the comments below what do you think of this deal. If you're a Galaxy fan, I'm pretty sure you're stoked about this deal, but how do you think is he going to do and fit in the system that you're going to have next season? But yeah, hope you guys enjoy this video, and I will see you guys next time.